Okay, hello, assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Mohammad Shahriar Al Mustakimitul, a Gold Microsoft Learning Student Ambassador and the Azure Tech Group Lead. Okay, so today in our session we are going to start with Azure App Services, and we're going to create one using our Cloud Shell. So what is Cloud Shell? Basically, Cloud Shell is the CLI in our Azure portal. So we will learn about it. So let's go and check it out. So if you go and check it out, you will see basically this is our Cloud Shell. So this is where we are going to create one, our app service. So previously, if you just talk about app services, we have mentioned like how we can create an app services. You can create an app services just by pressing this one and web or static web app or something like that. But we are going to create a basic level app service so that using the Cloud Shell. But apart from that, we're not going to create one from here. Okay, great. So let's just create one. Okay, so first of all, I have to press the Cloud Shell. Okay, so I have already actually created a storage account. So if you're kind of using the Azure portal for the first time, you have to actually, when you are pressing the Cloud Shell, you have to actually create your subscription to create a storage account. So when you press this Cloud Shell, you'll be prompted to actually create a storage account. So right now there is none. I didn't have to go through this, because if I go to my storage account, I will let you know. Like, okay, let's see. Yeah, you can see this is a storage account that has been created. Okay, so that's why I had no issues to kind of add this one. Okay, now what to do and how to follow and so on. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so now we just have to copy this one and paste it out. Okay, so we're going to download basically, and there are two commands basically. You can see and so from .NET new web app -n my first Azure web app, and force net 7.0, this is a version, and there is like cd my first Azure web app. So basically there will be a folder created and within the folder we will enter that. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, so getting this template will make changes like this. Okay, no issues. That's cool. We've downloaded that. Now let's create one. Now we're going to create a web app. See, we do need to rename that 23. Okay. No issues. Misspelled or not recognized by the system. So how can we follow this one? So let me check. Like, so what we can do is web app or H. Okay. So list of queries, from list of queries we can check these out, but as a whole what we can do is as it web app name. I think we can give it something new. Demo app. What's the issue here? Okay, let's see what I can do with it. Deploy. Okay, great. Yeah. Demo app 23. Let's see if we can create this one. Following arguments are required. These are not master as a whole, to be honest. Like, we don't need to specify the resource groups or my plan or something. But okay. Yeah, now it's working. So what was the problem? Basically, from the documentation, we added like up. This was the command we had to focus for. Like, we had already the all of the what I would say, the resources have been downloaded in our location. Now what we had to do is we have to just use the up command to start running that one, but we didn't use that. But if we do use create one, we have to specify the resource group. Now the fact is, when you're using the up command, things are quite different, because you can see right now when I used the create command, actually I had to specify the resource group. And one of the interesting and part is that it might happen that you are not right the same time. It can happen, but you have to know from the actually command line, like, where was the mistake, right? So here you can see, like, you can see the resource group. It will, I have to mention when I'm pressing the create, but when I have given only up, they have themselves created a resource group. Okay, so I didn't have to focus on that. Now I can go and check out my website from here. Sorry, web app, my bad. Okay, let's see. Cool. So yes, that's it. Like, we have actually successfully created a web app, right? So now if we want to make some changes out here, so what should we do? Let's think, like, how can we make some changes, right? So here, from this, we can go to my first Azure web app, and we can actually check these out, like how can we go for these and so on. So what you can do is, first of all, just check those basically this one, like the output. This is the best way, like checking, okay, I want to change something in the page, so what can you do for that? So for me, I'm basically trying to make some changes right in the page. You can see home page. So I've gone from my first Azure web app, then, because this is a folder web creator, right? Using the command, you can see, and from the pages I've gone, I will have to go from, you can see, yeah, you can also, you can see, like, what is here, learn about building web apps with ASP.NET, isn't it what we can see here? So we have found out. So this is how we can search for it. So basically in the pages, you have to go to index.cs HTML. So I can change the title. You can see the title, and also you can see welcome. So maybe welcome to AzureMania. Cool. And the documentation. So if you have basic knowledge about HTML, you will get it, or CSS. You will actually understand the basic stuffs. Okay. I'm not going to make any changes, I guess. This is great. Okay. So it should be saved. So it has been kind of saved. Now we can go back. Great. Now like we can say just web app up. Oh, my bad. So there's a bit problem out here, like why it won't be working is basically already exists, so the command will deploy content to existing app. So yes, that's the thing. The issue might have happened was we were previously into my web app folder, but as we have actually closed the cloud shell, where we were outside of the folder, but still what we when we have pressed the as is it web app, if we go and refresh this out, you can see it has been changed accordingly. Now how we got the help, we didn't went to that folder because it was, and right now all of the things we have downloaded were actually into the folder. When you press this one, you'll see all of those. So when I pressed as is it web app, it actually mentioned like web app demo dh234, which I created using the command, already exists. So if I had multiple web apps actually created right now, I had to face some issues. But as there was just only one, so the command will deploy content to the existing app. So this command was actually applied to the existing web app. So things have been changed, and yeah, that's the thing. Kind of we have created the app services. Now if we go here to the app services, you can now see like this is the app we have created using the command. And by default, as we have not specified a lot of stuffs, so most of the things were set by kind of, you can see like what was how it was set, right? So from here, if we just check this out, you can see this is the URL of our web app service plan is like this is the plan they have created for us. Okay, and location is East US. And when I press this, or when I provided the command, I didn't specify any regions or anything. So this is totally by default. And you can see the name, this was specified by me. And also Windows is the basically by default one. You can also choose your operating system for the web app as like Linux or so. And resource group was selected by them. They created this. And runtime version is .NET 8, and runtime version detected 7.0. So this was what we provided. SQ is free. This is the command we can also use. Once we just press this one, it should be like up, and we can give this as SQ, sorry, F1. This is what we can provide basically to mention that we want to use the free tier. So this is a free tier, and source path is this one. So if we just want to check this out from here, like this is the link, right? Service plan, this is what we can see from here. Service plan, status is running, location is East US, and runtime stack .NET V 8.0, runtime version. You can see the hosting is app service plan, and this is our plan name, and free F1. That is what I was mentioning. So you can specify that you want to use the free tier, which is basically SKU F1. So they also have mentioned it was F1. So you can actually provide these in the command, but it might actually, things do change, right? Like things do change over the time. So that is not a big issue, to be honest. So if there is any problem with the command line, what you can do, just ask for the help. Because right now what Microsoft has done is they've added Copilot here. You can see previously when we used to learn, we couldn't find Copilot or something, right? So if we are stuck, we had to go for a Google or Bing or Stack Overflow or something. But right now, as we have Copilot out there, so you can just go there and ask for it, right? What are the things we need, and I want to build this, give me some commands and so on. So it will help, to be honest, and I think this is very much helpful tool for anyone out there. Okay. And application, okay, no issues. Virtual IP, outbound, additional, okay, we don't need that. Okay, that's cool. Okay, something we should be looking into. Active log, activity log. Okay. Okay, so what is this, right? So you can see like all of the things like we have got into the websites, and you can see like we've got into it, we've changed, make changes and so on. So all of the things are actually out here, right? So okay, so update website. So what was that? Basically this was we can see 10 minutes back, created the website, then update websites configuration, get web app publishing profile, and update websites config and so on. So as a whole, like log is always important for anyone, for the especially to trace like what's the main problem out there. So it can help for debugging the problem out there. You can see all of the time the subscription was added out here. Okay, access control and something. So IAM, we will learn about IAM later on, but IAM is something you can provide someone some role, access and so on. You can see like my access. What is my access? Because although you've created this one, so you don't need to worry about like what is your access. But it might happen the admin team of your organization have provided you this web app, so you might need to check like what is your access. So that's the thing. Or also if you're the admin, you can actually add some roles out here. So that add role, okay, and so that you can give someone some access. That's the thing. App service plan, so that was created for us as well. So this was the thing. So you can see we have none of the things, like most of the things are kind of easy stuff. And if we just see the pricing plan F1, so I would like to see that one, because F1 is something for the free basically. But do we only have the F1? So right now we can see like if we actually choose another plans, if we want to choose, if you actually when creating the web app, by default they set this one free F1, or we could choose F1 as well. But if we would choose B2, B3 or so on, or other premium S3 or P1, P2 or something, things would have been different. We would have been charged, right? You can see for only free F1 there is like a cost per hour is free, cost per instance is also free. But for others you can see $9.49 per month, or even we have $724 and so on, right? This is huge. The most interesting part is this one. You can see it's like $1,449 per instance, and obviously per month as well. So it's really huge. So yeah, that's it. But these are the things actually used in professional aspect. So now the thing is like we have created this one, now we can delay this one as well. So I think I will go to app services and I'm going to delete this one. And how can we delete this? Press this delete. So let's wait a bit, like till this get still lighted. But one interesting part was like if you talk about app service plans, so yeah, you can see now execute execute a delete command on one select item. So our app service has been deleted as a whole. So cool, that's awesome. If we just want to check it out from here, still the resources are out here. So
using our cloud
now the
shell.
fact is,
So
the
what's
resources
cloud
have been
shell?
downloaded in
Basically,
your
cloud shell is
cloud shell.
the CLI in
So
our
if you
Azure
want to
container.
actually, if you
So
had a wish like,
about it,
okay,
so
I
let's
want to
go and
just
check it out.
start a
So
web
if
app,
you go and check it out, you
just
will
like
see
AZ
basically
web
this
app
is
up
our
and then dash
cloud
dash
shell.
name
So
and
this
give a
is
name,
where
so
we are
it
going to
will be
create
done.
one.
So
Our app
with our
service.
command which we used
If we just
basically
talk
this
about
one,
app services,
download
it
and create a
mentioned like how
folder,
we can create an app services.
all of the resources have been created, but that has not been
Can
deleted
create
yet because we haven't
an app
used
services just
anything
by pressing this
so
one
that we
and
could actually
web
delete
or
these things.
static
Okay,
web app or
and I
something
also
like
don't
that.
want to do that because
But
later
we are
on
going to
we might
create
need to
basic
actually
level,
create the web
app
app, so
service for
downloading the thing, all of the
using
stuffs
the
are
cloud
actually
shell.
boring
But
as well.
apart from
So
that, we're
let's
not
not
going
do
to
that.
create one
There's no issues
from
like if
here.
we have that
Okay.
content in our cloud shell, that's not a problem, because if
So
these are
let's
unused,
just
this
create
will be
one.
auto deleted
So
as well.
first of all, I have to press the
So
cloud
that
shell.
was the basic concept of like how we can create an app
So I
services
have already
and
actually
using our CLI,
created a storage
and
account.
that's it.
So
So if you have any
if you're
questions
kind of
of like
using
how
the
can we create one and
Azure portal
so,
for the first
you
time,
just ask.
you have
But
to
before ending this session, what I would like to
actually when
mention
you are
about
pressing
app
the cloud shell, you
services
have to actually create your
and
subscription to create a
app
storage
services
account.
plans where
So
we
when you
were
press this
talking
cloud
about
shell,
it,
you will be
we can actually
prompted
create
to
one, right?
actually
But
create
this
a
is basically
storage
the app
account.
services,
So
right?
right now there is
So
none. I have to go
managed
through this
managed
because if I
related
go
apps.
to my storage account, I will let you know.
We choose the
Okay, let's
subscription.
see. Yeah, you can see this is a storage account
You
that
can
has
see
been created. Okay,
these were the apps we created before. So
so that's
now
why
assume that there are no valid apps to replace or something, or recover. I can recover that as
now
well.
what to do.
So
and
yeah,
how
that's
to
these are
follow
some
and so
of the
on.
benefits
Okay,
of
let's
kind of using the cloud, because when you're using locally, you might actually do all the stuffs, and you might have no options to go back and recover. But in cloud, things are kind of not all obviously. They're kind of backups and have the options of recovery for a few. So you might need to be fast enough to actually react to that thing. Okay, so that was it, I guess. And app services plan, I would like to actually mention about something like app services plan, because when we're going to create one, like if you talk about web app, let's just press this one and go to here and pricing plans. Okay, select a resource group. So we need to create a resource group. So every time when, if you just have followed my previous videos, I mentioned every single time you will be prompted to go for subscription and resource groups. Okay, right? So this is the same. So as kind of we have, you can see these are the resource group created for our web app. So it is better to actually delete these out. I will actually delete those out, but I'm just going to select this only for these ones. So pricing plan is something I was basically talking about. So basically if we have actually explored the pricing plans previously, we came here, although like basically the free ones are for testing purpose, this free, and the shared basically are for basically the development and test both perspective. The basic one is also only for the normal users. You can see the basic ones, and you can see standard ones as well. Standard ones, it's for basically for the run production workloads, and for the premiums are basically for better performance and scaling. And you can all actually see these like ACU, virtual CPU, and the scaling and so on. You will see if you talk about premium, you will see these are much more than others. 210, 250, 99.95, and so on. And these are the thing, and isolated ones are there as well. The isolated are basically for high performance, security, and isolation. Okay, so how could I say that? You can see remote storage is 1000, right? If you talk about others, here if you talk about scaling, we have none of the options. But again, memory is like A1632. So it's basically for the security purpose. We can use isolation. You want to test all of this stuff in isolation. So that's the thing. So I was trying to mention this one because I think is the most interesting part, because you can create a web app, but if you can't specify the proper planning, your app service won't be that much of great use, because this is the main thing you have to specify. Okay, so thank you so much for watching or being part of the session. Right now I'm just going to create actually delete all of the resource groups and others as well as a whole. So yeah, that was it. And I would also suggest, if you have created the web app alongside me, you also need to delete all of the stuffs like the resource groups and so on, so that there is nothing there, nothing can charge you overall. So yeah, thank you so much. See you in the next session.